New Zealand. What's not to love? Regarded by many as one of the most beautiful countries in the world, it's an incredibly desirable place to visit, live, and even retire. My name's Sam, and you're watching the Geography Bible. Let's dive in. New Zealand is undeniably one of the most picturesque countries in the world. From the towering peaks of Mount Cook to the dramatic fjords of Milford Sound, and even the whimsical landscapes of Hobbiton, this rugged, mountainous nation offers some of the most stunning views you'll find anywhere. And because it's a relatively narrow island, you're never too far from the ocean either. Whether you're into hiking, kayaking, or simply soaking up the scenery, New Zealand has something to offer everyone. The country is also home to a diverse range of flora and fauna, including many species that are found nowhere else on Earth. One of the things that makes New Zealand's natural beauty so special is how accessible it is. You can literally drive for an hour in any direction and find yourself in a completely different landscape. Just be sure to pack your camera. You're going to need it. Let's face it, nobody wants to live in a place with extreme weather. New Zealand has a largely temperate climate, which is perfect for most people. The far north gets subtropical weather in summer, while the inland alpine areas of the South Island can get as cold as -1 degree Celsius in winter. With mild temperatures, moderate rainfall, and plenty of sunshine, it's the perfect climate. Not too hot, not too cold. This makes it a great place to live if you enjoy spending time outdoors. Overall, New Zealand's climate is one of the many reasons why it's such a great place to live. With just 5.1 million people, New Zealand is a small country, and about a third of that population lives in the largest city, Auckland. In fact, there are roughly 75 cities worldwide that are more populated than all of New Zealand combined. With a population density of just 18 people per square kilometer, New Zealand is one of the least densely populated countries in the world. This means that there's plenty of space to spread out and enjoy the peace and quiet. If you're used to living in a crowded city, you'll be amazed at how different it feels to live in a place where you can actually see the stars at night. And because there are fewer people, there's also less traffic, less congestion, just a more laid-back vibe. Overall, the benefits of living in a less crowded country far outweigh the drawbacks. Chapter 4: History and Culture. Although relatively young in terms of its discovery by Europeans, New Zealand is full of rich history. The Māori people, who arrived by canoe from Polynesia around 1,000 years ago, have a deep cultural influence, and their traditions are still respected today. You'll find Māori historic sites and colonial-era buildings dotted around the country, providing a fascinating glimpse into the past. The Māori people have a rich culture that is deeply intertwined with the land. European settlers began arriving in New Zealand in the late 18th century, and the country became a British colony in 1840. Today, New Zealand is a modern, multicultural society, but the influence of both Maori and European culture is still evident. Chapter 5: Hobbiton and Lord of the Rings. Whether or not you're a fan of the movies, the Hobbit set and its surrounding rolling hills are breathtaking. For me, visiting Hobbiton was a childhood dream come true. The attention to detail is incredible, and it's easy to see why Peter Jackson chose this location to film his epic movies. The rolling green hills, the quaint hobbit holes, and the lush gardens are all straight out of a fairy tale. Fun fact: Hobbiton is New Zealand's third largest tourist attraction, drawing in millions and contributing significantly to the economy. So, if you're planning a trip to New Zealand, be sure to add Hobbiton to your itinerary. It's an experience you won't forget. Chapter 6: Its Isolation. New Zealand is located in the South Pacific Ocean, about 2,000 kilometers, or 1,200 miles southeast of Australia. This isolation has had a profound impact on the country's history, culture, and environment. One of the most obvious effects of New Zealand's isolation is the development of its unique flora and fauna. Because it was cut off from the rest of the world for so long, New Zealand evolved many plants and animals that are found nowhere else on Earth. With few neighbors and no major superpowers nearby, New Zealand has been able to avoid the conflicts that some other countries face. Its isolation, combined with a strong economy, makes it a safe haven. When most people think of New Zealand, they picture mountains and green hills. But did you know it also boasts some of the most pristine beaches in the world? From the golden sands of the North Island to the rugged coastlines of the South Island, New Zealand has a beach for everyone. The famous 90-mile beach is actually only about 55 miles long. but still an incredible stretch of sand. Whether you're into swimming, sunbathing, surfing, or just taking a stroll along the shore, you're sure to find the perfect beach in New Zealand. In 2021, two of New Zealand's cities, Wellington and Auckland, ranked in the top 10 most livable cities on Earth. This is a huge achievement considering the size of the country. Being livable means these cities have low crime, clean environments, job opportunities, and overall great quality of life. But even so, there's no denying that New Zealand cities are some of the most desirable places to live in the world. They're big enough to offer all the amenities you need, but small enough that you don't feel overwhelmed. They're also very walkable, which is a big plus. New Zealand is consistently ranked among the least corrupt countries in the world. In fact, in 2021, it was tied with Finland for the top spot. This means that the government is transparent and accountable, and that businesses can operate without fear of bribery or extortion. This is good news for businesses and investors, as it creates a level playing field and makes it easier to do business in New Zealand. Overall, New Zealand's low levels of corruption are a major reason why it is such a prosperous and desirable place to live. New Zealand may be small, but it offers everything. From gorgeous beaches and surfing to skiing, whale watching, mountain climbing, and wine tasting, the variety of activities available is endless. With its diverse climates and landscapes, New Zealand is the perfect destination to explore year-round. If you're an adrenaline junkie, you can go bungee jumping, whitewater rafting, or skydiving. And if you just want to relax and soak up the scenery, you can take a scenic drive, visit a winery, or go for a walk on the beach. Often called the adventure capital of the world, Queenstown offers skiing, bungee jumping, and skydiving, all within a stunning alpine setting. It's not just for thrill seekers. Queenstown also boasts spectacular views, a vibrant culture, and beautiful seasonal changes. Located on the shores of Lake Wakatipu on New Zealand's South Island, Queenstown is a popular destination for both domestic and international tourists. With so much to offer, Queenstown is an unforgettable destination that should be on everyone's travel bucket list. New Zealand ranks third in the world for social purpose. This means the country's focus on social issues like animal rights, climate change, and gender equality. New Zealanders are also very environmentally conscious, and the country has a strong commitment to sustainability. For example, New Zealand was one of the first countries to introduce a carbon tax, and it has a goal of becoming carbon neutral by 2050. It was one of the first countries in the world to legalize same-sex marriage, and it has a strong human rights record. Chapter 13. Epic Road Trips. New Zealand is built for road trips. With low traffic, breathtaking views, and minimal light pollution, you can enjoy scenic drives through the country's most beautiful landscapes. Whether crossing islands or cruising along coastal roads, New Zealand's vast outdoors are perfect for exploring. You can take your time and explore at your own pace, stopping whenever you want to take pictures, go for a hike, or just enjoy the view. And because New Zealand is a relatively small country, you can easily see a lot in a short amount of time. Chapter 14. Chilled Vibe. With a laid-back atmosphere, low crime, and friendly, open-minded people, New Zealand offers a relaxed, safe environment for living, working, and studying. If you're seeking a bustling city with a booming economy, you might not find that here. But if you're after peace and quiet, this is the place for you. Whether you're moving to New Zealand for work, study, or just for a change of pace, you're sure to be charmed by its laid-back vibe. Chapter 15. Survivability. New Zealand is often hailed as one of the best places to survive a global collapse. Its isolation, political stability, and rugged terrain make it a safe place during uncertain times. Whether it's a pandemic, nuclear conflict, or any major disaster, New Zealand is a strong contender for survival. With its abundance of natural resources, its self-sufficiency, and its remote location, New Zealand is well positioned to weather any storm. So, if you're looking for a place to ride out the apocalypse, New Zealand is a good bet. Outro. So, would you move? New Zealand isn't perfect, it's a long trip to get there, and it's an expensive country to live in. But with its unique combination of beauty, safety, and social purpose, It's easy to see why so many people consider it the best country in the world. So, what do you think? Would you live in New Zealand? Let us know in the comments, and as always, thank you for watching.